to know that what's inside of you is like grandmama's greens. So don't give up. Your time is coming.
Welcome. We back. Matthew 7 and 7 Project Podcast has officially launched season 2, and we are your people. We are here for you. We are here with you, powered by Christ. So we're going to go and kick it off and see how everybody feeling. Hey, thank you. You know, a little sprinkle. But how everybody feeling? I want to just go around and see, how everybody doing and check their temperatures. AK, how you doing? Mentally, where you at?
I'm at a 10.
You at a 10?
I would say out of 10.
Ooh.
I feel real good.
Dang. That's what's up. What about spiritually? Where you at spiritually?
Spiritually, I'm not going to cap. I'll probably say like an 8.5.
Okay. You know why?
Yeah, just sometimes I just get lazy with it.
Okay.
Need to become a little bit more disciplined. I am better than what I was. I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a celebration in itself. But of course, you always want to, get bigger.
Right. Of course. I think that I feel like you can feel like you at a 10 spiritually because you like that moment where you on fire and everything you do is led by Christ. You can be that. But at the same time, it's like one of those things where you never gonna be as full as you can be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like one of those things that you just continue to strive to hit that mark. Because the second you say, oh yeah, I'm good, you become content. But knowing that you at an 8, it's like every day you fighting. So even when you at a 10, the fact that you know that I don't know all that there is to know, I guess that's why I feel and where you really at is two different things. Because you can feel like you're 8, but you could really be, at a different mark, depending on where you at with your walk. But
yeah,
emotions crazy. Emotions crazy, ain't they?
Yeah, they are.
All right, I got one more question for you. Since we talk about emotions, emotionally, where are you at?
Emotionally, I would say I'll even give that like an 8.
Okay. 8 is a good number.
That is a good
That's
number.
solid. Like 8 is enough to leave you alone. Because if you said like 6 or something, we'd be like, okay, we gotta pray. Like we're gonna have a brief. And 8 is like, oh, she good. She like. That's why you can't be perfect about your numbers because you tell somebody like I'm an 8, I'm like they good.
No, I'm good. I can say that.
Okay,
that's good.
Honest 8.
Honest 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's good.
Yeah, I love it.
I just feel like I'm just so happy and like bubbly, and I'm just happy to be back with y'all too.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
That just triumphs everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yo, it is a good feeling to be back.
That is a in all caps fact, right?
Yeah,
definitely like a little high off the moment right now.
Boost,
like
yeah.
What you say?
Serotonin.
Serotonin.
Happy hormone in your brain.
Oh yeah.
That's fire. I heard you say it. I was gonna let it go. Probably look it up later on my own time. Be blown away by myself. Like, dang, that's what she meant.
Yeah,
But okay, that's what's up. You learn new things every day. Say it again.
Serotonin.
Sound like something somebody shoot you up with. Give me some serotonin real quick.
20 cc's of serotonin.
Stop. Oh man, what about you, Dominic? How are you mentally?
Man, you know what? Y'all know me. I'm bad with these numbers.
Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna do the numbers. I just want to know where you were mentally. When I said it, I knew you weren't gonna do it.
You know, you just made the reference of you can say you one place but really be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like say you take a test in school,
right,
and you ace it, but you still at a C average overall.
Right.
That's kind of where I am. Like, I'm turning a corner. You know, like I've been in some great places. I've been in some down places. I've been in some dark places, and I'm turning a corner right now. So I'm not still kicking my stuff. I'm not still in a shameful place. But you know, right now in this moment, like I just said, it's like a high off the moment. So right now I feel great.
Right.
Right now I feel great. When I woke up this morning, I felt okay. But over the past few weeks, that ain't where I've been at. You know, that ain't where I've been at. So yeah, I'm turning the corner. I say I'm at like that 6 we was talking about, but the moment give it that, you know how you get that plus on 2K,
Yeah.
that boost. I'm off a boost right now, so
Right,
I'm at
right.
an 8 right now, 8.5 boost. But you know, over the past few months, it's crazy to think that's how long it's been since we connected here.
Right.
Like we've been connected, but not connected here.
Right.
But yeah, man, I've been as low as some 5s and some 4s some days. But definitely turning that corner though. Turning that corner, coming back into the realization of everything that we know, that we talk about, that we encourage everybody else with. You know, sometimes you find yourself in a moment where you be like, did I forget all of that? Like,
Right.
what's going on right now?
Right.
Like, why do I feel like this? Why am I allowing myself to experience certain thoughts and emotions in the way that I'm experiencing them when I know, you know, I know who God is. I know that He's working. I know things work out for my good. And that's what I would tell somebody else in a heartbeat. Like, oh, you. And so that's where I've been. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I am now. Those realizations kicking back in. Like, you didn't forget who you are, did you?
Right.
You know? You said emotions are a crazy thing. I always been somebody who, plus I know you gonna ask me that next. I always been somebody who emotions annoy me, mainly because of how I see other people deal with
I
them
was just
or
about to say,
express
is it
them.
other people?
Yeah, and so what I've allowed myself to do over, I don't know, a good portion of my life is to internalize mine.
Ooh.
Because most of the time I find myself trying to be strong to support somebody else's. And because of the position that I'm in, the responsibilities that I hold, the weight that's on my shoulders, I be feeling like, man, I know you're supposed to have room for your emotions and they're God given and you allowed to experience them. But sometimes I let that conflict with the fact that I know that you also are supposed to be in control of them so that you are not making decisions and operating out of them. But like I said, sometimes I have allowed myself to get so stuck in that that I wasn't, I was controlling them by just
Right.
put them in this bag real
Right.
quick, close that
Come
up.
over here. Like,
Like let me just put these away because I still got to do this, that. And so that, you know, contributed to just, it weigh on you after a while. It weigh on you. And it don't matter how strong you try to be.
They're gonna end up coming out.
Yeah. And you will find yourself about to either explode or implode. So, you know, again, even with that, all together, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I've begun to turn a corner.
Okay.
Those realizations have begun to kick back in. Don't forget, show them who you are.
I just watched that last night.
Like, hey, and the first person to be in the mirror, like, show you who you are. Like, you tripping, dog. Like,
I had to tell myself that the other day.
yeah, like you take your moment and really be in that moment. Like, don't try to sweep it. Don't try to be like, well, I can't have my moment because somebody else might be having a moment and I need to support
We
their
having our
moment.
moment together.
Yeah.
That's how we don't want to think like that, but that's how we need to think.
I don't,
Like,
and I'm really trying to work on that, cause like I'm really trying to work on that because that is embedded and how I think, how I move, and it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, and I'm really
We put it on
trying to
ourselves
work on
too.
that. Yeah,
We put it on ourselves. Nobody woke up in the morning and said, "Hey, you're Superman, so be Superman." Nobody's told us that, but
yeah,
something in us says that I need to be strong, and it's because we see what's going on. We understand the situations and environments we in, so we like, okay, if nobody else is going to stand up and do it, I have to.
Mhm.
But the thing is, that don't mean it's not room for you, like you say, to have your moment.
Strong don't mean invincible.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
What's
All
up
right.
with
Last
you,
thing.
man?
He always like to try to just scoop past.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
you still had the spiritually. I mean, did you tie that in with the
yeah,
emotion?
he
Or
put it all
Yeah,
together.
it really just, it's all in a big pot of turning the corner.
okay.
I have not been my best self.
Okay.
I'm not even finna pretend like, oh, God just been, and I just like, nah, I have not been my best self. And
Yo.
I've been waiting for the perfect time, like, and I'm still deciding what I'm gonna
I'm like,
open
the best
first.
time to eat is when somebody else talking. I don't need to wait till it get to me. I don't know
Facts.
why I did that.
Yeah, it's all good. I think I'm gonna start with because these fire. I'm glad we ain't live because then I had to make sure I had something to share when I got home. But
That's funny.
yeah, not being your best self for a long period of time, it's that start to leak in all areas, and so that's where I've been at in all three parts of me.
Yeah, it's crazy how, and I ain't gonna lie, since we all know this, the mind is, that thing that's so, penetrable, so weak. And it's crazy that, our mind can trick us into believing that, hey, if you weak here, you might as well be weak everywhere. Like, you don't
Facts.
even acknowledge the other spots where you strong.
Facts.
I didn't came to a place in my life now where I'm able to acknowledge where I'm weak, and something in my mind says, find who's strong there. Because I know my strengths already. I don't need to dwell on them. I don't need to talk about them and pray. I know what they are. But when I had these new weaknesses that develop, and I find like, oh dang, I didn't know I got a problem with that. Find who's strong in that. So either they can, sometimes it's not them. They can't do it for you. It's not like a task or a service they provide. Sometimes it's the work you have to do. But if you find somebody that's strong in it, they can teach you how to do it. With all that being said, I guess I got on flow into it. Mentally, I'm at a 10. Um, mentally, I'm at a 10. Like, I even thinking about it, like, God is good. God is good.
100%.
Through frustrating moments and through times of feeling defeated, my mental still, reminds me of who I am and whose I am. So, mentally, I'm good. Spiritually, I'm rocking at a strong 8. At a strong 8. And I say at a strong 8 because it's things that I have pinpointed, like, dude, you gotta fix that. That's not cool. The things that God is getting ready to do for you and the places you about to go, you can't take that with you. So it's things that I'm really working on, in my private time, and just developing a better sound. Not for me, but for others.
Yeah.
For me, I'm good. I'm good right here where I'm at for me. But I know I have to be way better than this to be the impact that God has called me to be. So spiritually, I'm at 8, but we working.
What you just said, it's crazy how that phrase, I have to be better for what God has called me to,
Mhm.
that can dually be the scariest and most encouraging thing
Yeah,
at different
yeah,
times. Like
yeah,
that same thing of how you like, dang, I ain't good enough.
yeah,
And that same thing of how you like, let's go.
yeah.
Like,
You had your
It
moment.
depends on how you look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
and I think it's what vein you flowing in. I remember, playing football, and they always teach you that you can rely on your technique, when all else fails. and you only get your technique by practice. So, you have to continue to do these things that we don't want to do, but we have to do them because it's going to be a day that come where you get tired. It's going to be a football game where it don't just go 4 quarters. You got overtime, and you got to stay on the field, and you tired, your body hurt, and it's like, I don't have nothing else, but I know what to do. So even though I'm not, if I can just get enough strength just to go through this motion and knowing this technique and putting my all into the technique. So, when we hear like go through the motions, we think lazy. I'm just going through the motions. I'm trying to get there. But if you go through the motion knowing that that's your technique and you go hard in that motion, it don't have to be a negative thing. Going through the motions has got a negative, pin to it, but it don't have to be negative. Sometimes you got to go through the motion, but if you're going through that motion, it's because you're relying on everything that you have built up for this point.
Right.
So more like a process.
Yeah.
One thing I really been praying about, is asking God to allow me to see myself how He sees me, because we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we think like, oh, I didn't do this today, so I've become disconnected from God. No, don't get me wrong, you can disconnect yourself from God.
Right.
Just know God never leaves you, we leave God. But I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves of, if we didn't pray this day or we didn't read this amount of time, we just, we're not much to God, but that's not how He sees us at all.
God not human like that. He
So
he don't set you off.
Yes, that's really been my prayer. Like, God, help me to really see me how you see me. And that's really been changing my perspective too, about like putting a lot of pressure on myself and not acknowledging where I am. And then just like loving myself too in different areas.
Right.
Like the way God really feels about us. It's just like, I don't know.
We are special people.
No, literally.
We are special people. That's why when we go through things, I can just imagine Him being like,
yeah,
you good.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Like, you good.
Right.
It's like, who? It's like, I don't know where I'm phrasing this from, but it's like, who told you to do this? Like, we do these things and we put ourselves in these roles and we put all this pressure on ourselves. And He's like, who told you to do this? I told you to do one thing. I just told you to be here and just do this. Now you're thinking about other people's feelings and how they gonna look at you if you do this or if you say this, and can I go this way? Because if I go this way, I know somebody over here is not going. I didn't ask you to care and think about everybody, because if you're doing what I'm telling you to do, they're gonna be good regardless. They're gonna be happy with the end result regardless if it's what I told you to do. I think sometimes we put our own little spin on things and it makes us get paranoid. If I ask you, can you go start my car for me? No matter what happens, no matter how it sounds, just go start it up. And then you thought to yourself, like, you know what? I'm going to start it up and then I'm going to put it on the street for him so he can just go and drive off when he.
Right, but you ain't asking.
Right. So then you get behind it. Now you overthinking, the gears not shifting right. Because, like, I don't want to break it. Can I do this? Like,
or you pull it down the street, somebody steal it. You done pulled the car out of the street and went back in the house and somebody stole it.
Like, I didn't ask you to do that. You putting more on it than what you need to. You only supposed to put 10 on the story. That's it. So
then another thing that I've been like trying to embed into my mind, like, I'm already victorious no matter what I'm going through currently, or no matter what comes, or no matter what goes. When we really think about our lives and how God has created us to already win, we've already won.
Yeah, it's a rigged game.
Right.
It's rigged.
It's just all of us. It's all up to us just to walk in that victory, no matter what's going right, no matter what's going wrong. And of course, it's easier said than done. But once you really get into that habit and that routine of just reminding yourself daily, like, okay, I've already won. This is just a process of winning.
Right.
Yeah.
We gotta
play the game.
Yeah.
Like, Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you gotta believe it. It's like we know everything we saying. We know. Like, we know these things, and we get frustrated because it's like, I know this. Why am I not moving? Like, I know this, but it's like sometimes you gotta trick yourself. Like, but do you believe it? You can know something and not believe it, and it's like, you not believing it doesn't make you a bad person. But if it's something that you truly, want to believe because you know it, you got to check that and believe it, because maybe that's like just that missing piece. you know, you see all this little face that they put on TV, and they have these little hallmark moments where it's like you have to believe. It's only powered if you believe. Like,
Yeah.
and then like you see the person sitting there and they thinking real hard. It's like, no, you're not believing. It's not moving because you're not believing. So it's like sometimes we gotta have that moment where it's not like we're trying to force ourselves to believe something, but we really have to genuinely sit down and then be like, hey, I know I believe this. I need to really believe what I'm saying. What I say I know.
Yeah, for me, it's the other end of that. Like, get like Nike and just do it. Like,
Facts.
for real, though, I just was saying this. Like, me and wifey had one of the rawest heart to hearts that we'd had in a long time the other night, and just evaluating where we are and where we want to be, blah blah blah. And it was just like, but at the end of the day, what it comes to is just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it, because sometimes it be the belief thing where we got to analyze where our mind at and where our heart at. And then sometimes it be like, okay, you believe, you spend all this time believing. When are you going to do it?
Right.
When are you going to do it? Like, and that's I think the biggest stumbling block for Dominic personally is just do it.
Mm-hmm.
When I get in my head of, dang, why I'm not, and blah, 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 do it. Just do it. Like you were saying earlier, okay, you forgot to do that today. You lacked today. You slept on that today, whatever. Okay, but that don't mean, like you said, I'm just going all across the board.
Right.
No, pick back up and do it.
Right.
Because just because the game is rigged, that's what I was about to say. Just, you still have to play the game.
Right.
You still have to play through the game. Like, it's rigged. You're gonna win.
Ask any NBA player. We still have to play.
Yeah. You still have to dive on the floor for the loose ball. You still gotta hustle. You still gotta box out. Okay, you missed a step this possession. You messed the play up. You turned the ball over. Okay, but you still gotta play. Like, you still gotta play. So that be it for me. Like, do it. So what are you waiting on? Like,
so would you say, like, you're just in the execution phase, and you got to execute on the things that you already know
definitely
to do?
Definitely for me is getting out of my head, getting out of the. We had this conversation recently talking about like a shame thing, because you know something and then you have a self-evaluation like, I have not been doing that, and then a shame come over you.
Wait. I got good stuff in here. So because you said that, let's just go and get to it. Let's go and get to it, because I wanted to ask some questions. I want us to really get into a heart to heart.
Okay.
First question. You gonna get it because you spot on. Do you know your most shameful experience? If so, what was it?
My most shameful experience? Man, it's tough to pinpoint one. I have something that's coming to mind, and I feel like they don't really weigh on the scale, but I'm going to just give one.
Okay.
I'm going to just give one for the sake of giving one. And then if the one that really is like, nah, that was the one, dude. I don't want to, because it just feels insignificant, like that wasn't a big deal. I don't know. I need to dwell on that for a minute.
Okay. That's cool. The question isn't just to be answered now. It's a reflection type of question.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the question is, the people that view, they get to ask themselves that question. So to even, to skip past the answer of the question, because that's a loaded question. That's really real loaded. And that's really something that, when we come back, we should have an answer for. So let's just reflect over that. But what we can do in this moment is really talk about what shame is, and how that comes over us, and what to do when that happens. So when people are reflecting over this question, they can get their way out instead of just finding out what it is and then going crazy.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, is there not like a reason behind it, but it's like best. I was gonna ask you that.
Mm-hmm. And me and Don, we talk about shame a lot. Maybe I should say a lot. Maybe it's just been recent that we've been talking about shame. But I wanted to make sure, because with me personally, if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. I talk so much, I forget it. But one thing I wanted to make sure that I said was, we let people that are full of shame themselves make us feel shameful when we all carry it. And the people that we allow to, make us feel ashamed don't even know they're doing it. So, where that shame derives from is really, it's really like self-inflicting. It's kind of like I knew better, I didn't do better, and now I'm like that dog with his tail tucked between his legs, because now all eyes on me, and now everybody sees that I knew better and I didn't do better. So I kind of wanted to get Dom's thought on handling shame.
Well, that realization is really important. First of all, to I just noticed the new chair. Sorry. The realization that the thing that's blocking me from moving forward is shame is the first thing that I think has to happen. That's what's happened for me. Being able to put a finger on it, like being so embarrassed to share something with somebody else, because it's like either that you both would agree that you know better, or feeling like it's something so small, how did I get tripped up over that?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm supposed to be the one being an example and helping other people out. So that becomes a big thing. On top of just knowing you messed up or you slacked or whatever, and all right, I got to do better, then that sets in. And now, whether it be somebody else or it just be you in your own head, like, we talk about using your support, right? And just sidebar reflective question. Think about how many times you had to struggle with sharing something with just us. Because it was just something that was just like, man, I can't. I can't tell them that, but man, I don't want to share that. I feel dumb. I feel stupid, or I feel I'm ashamed.
Exactly.
Like, I'm ashamed. And so that realization is number one. Like, okay, this is holding me back. I'm so ashamed of this that I'm not even doing anything to get past it. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just stuck in this wallowing pit of how could I?
Yeah. And enemy keep you there. So it's like you got that shameful feeling, and he convinces you that you're disgusting and nobody wants you, and now your value is down. It's kind of like driving a new car off a lot. Like, as soon as you hit the light, it decreases in value.
Right.
And enemy get in our heads and convince us that, after this shameful moment, your value, you're out there now. Like, they don't want you back. But it's like, that's not the truth. We not our sins, and we not what others say that we are, or what others have done to us. And I think, keeping us in that dark room mentally, the enemy keeping us in that dark room mentally allows him to tell us what he wants us to know. It's kind of like if you took somebody, captive, and you put them in a basement, and you walk downstairs every day, and you said it's 2:00 in the afternoon. And it's like they telling you whatever, they want you to know. And you don't see nothing else around because they didn't trap you. And it is the good thing about it is a way of escape. But it's like we so full of it that we start to believe it. Now I'm in this dark room. If I can't see nobody, they can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm decreasing myself. So now I'm not being who God called me to be. I'm not operating fully in who I know I'm supposed to be. So now I'm hurting other people. from that one shameful moment that God not holding on to.
Right.
Exactly.
We holding on to it.
Exactly. We forget about that.
Right. He forgives what we can't forget.
Right.
Yep.
And then when we release it, we give other people the power to hold it. And what's crazy is how the mind is so they not even holding it.
Yeah.
It's like we put that on them. So I didn't came to God for it.
Mm-hmm.
He just forgave me. And now that me and God good, okay, we got that understanding. Now I'm still gonna tuck my tail because of who in my life. And they seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the truth behind that is, and it's the most important person to forgive in any situation is yourself.
That's the hardest person too.
And I think that's what it be. Cause I mean, sure, yeah, I went and got right with God, but how powerful is that if I don't forgive myself?
Right.
What does that mean if I don't forgive myself? Because I'm gonna go get right with God, and then that's what give me the room to even be looking at you. Because if I forgive myself, if I let myself off the hook, that's what give me the freedom to not. Well, I don't care what you talking about.
Right.
We good, and I'm good.
Right.
Or like once we take it to God and we know He's forgiven us, we harp on the fact like, dang, I could have just been did this a long time ago. So it's like, are you really free from it? If you still harping on what you didn't do or what you could have been did or how long it took you to do it, it's like, did you really get that freedom? Allow yourself to be in that place of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stuck there for a long time now.
Well, the thing is, we can't continue to, like you said, we can't continue to harp over that. It's okay. It's not a bad thing that we have that thought because we human.
We're human. We're
Like, dang, I could have. It's like going somewhere,
Yeah.
and you go. It's multiple ways to get to one place, and if you get somewhere, it's like, dang, I could have got here quicker. But we don't stay on it.
Yeah, all that matters is I made it here.
Right. We don't stay on that, and it's like we got to treat ourselves the same when it's bigger things.
Right.
Like, okay, I could have did it a different way. I could have got here quicker, but I got here when I got here for this reason.
Yeah.
Even though God didn't want me to have to go through that, He still used it. That's why He's so smooth, because even though He didn't want it for me, He still used it to get me here. So the fact that I'm here, I just need to be happy and appreciate, everything I went through to get here. Because what we call shame, other people call, victory. Like, dang, you went through all that, you did that, you was there, and now you here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We the only ones that still holding on to it. Other people look at it and be like, dang, I couldn't do it.
Right.
I be the first one to
You
tell.
better than me.
Right.
And we be the first person to tell somebody else, man, you strong. You made it. Somebody else would have folded.
Yeah,
Right.
somebody else would have folded. Yeah, fact.
We be quick to tell people that. Why won't we tell ourselves
No,
that?
literally.
And because somewhere along the line, somebody taught us be humble, and your mind plays tricks on you, like you're not humble if you talk yourself out of the gutter. But it's like I'm only talking myself with the knowledge and the truth that God has given me, and that's what I believe and hold on to. So when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I say, I'm that guy. I am that guy. I'm that guy that God chose.
Right.
I'm that guy that woke up this morning with purpose. I'm that guy that God is going to keep, not just for me, but for His people. So I am that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk in that. So whatever the enemy trying to tell me, you a lie.
Right.
And I ain't going to believe it. Yeah, I did it. You right. It's cool, though. Me and my daddy be good. And I'm good. So you're going to have to come up with something else.
Yeah, you got to come to a place. And it feel like this the case with everything. You got to get to a place of being fed up.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's with, where you are in life, where you are in your experiences with other people, relationships, whatever, you got to get to a point where you get fed up with whatever it is that you feel like this is not what I should be experiencing. We talking about shame. You have to get fed up with that feeling. You have to get to a place where I am tired of feeling like this, because it's from that place that you make the decision to stop allowing that to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always a shift of the mind that has to take place That's the only way to overcome shame. It's a heavy burden, it's a weight, and it'll become a prison if you let it. But when you get fed up with feeling like that, when you get tired of beating yourself up, you know, keeping yourself in that dark room, whatever it is, when you get tired of that, you will make that shift like, okay, something got to change. I got to do something differently. I got to let this go. I got to forgive myself. And if I did already make the change or do what I was supposed to have been did, like I said, accept the fact that, okay, I got here. I got to this point. It's so silly. And I'm just going to keep talking about me because, I mean, I feel like we talking about me. Like, you put yourself into prison, then you get the key to get let out. Then instead of walking in your freedom, you're going to turn back and look at the empty cell like, I should have never been in here. This don't make no sense how I got in here in the first place. Why would I commit that? Like, what? And all other people in prison is looking at you like, what is wrong? What?
You're riding outside. Like,
you tripping. You tripping. Like, you
that
gotta.
is great. I can see that, babe. That is great.
Like,
that's what we do.
Imagine that, though. Imagine that. Like, all right, you free to go. Like, really? All right.
Give me some time. Let me sit
Yeah,
here and reflect.
Go lay back down in the bed like, you did this to you. What? But I do that. And
you did this to yourself.
Part of moving on is you have to, maybe you take a second and look back at that empty cell, but then I'm only doing that to be like, never again. That's what you say.
We not our past, and we can't, you know, reflect on the past, and we can't keep going back to the past. We can't change the past. Only thing we can do is change the future. So Walker, I love that. I love that, man.
I'm gonna start.
That's a freeing moment because the fact that you use that illustration and understanding that, you know, shamefulness is something that you have to break. That's like a chain that you have to break, and that it's that's beautiful. I love it. I want to put something on a shirt like that, like, you know, because when you walk out, like, don't look back.
Right.
You've been in that cell too long. You already, you know, the cubic square foot. You've been in there too long. Yeah. What you gonna look back for?
You and your bunkie got tight. All that. Like, it's time to.
I'm glad you said that, because some people they in shameful moments by themselves, so they can leave a cell. But some people do got cellmates, and now you got opportunity to leave, and you look back like, I can't leave my homie.
Right.
Like, so now I'm just gonna be stuck in this feeling because the people around me stuck in their feeling.
And a lot of times when we reach in our moment where we feel like, okay, I'm free, I'm out of this, because we got so comfortable in it and because it became so familiar, our minds want us to stay there because literally, like, the way that our ego is set up, it wants to protect us so that we don't get hurt, but it hurts us because it keeps us bound in the same place. So that's when you got to know how to really talk to yourself and talk to your mind like, all right, I get what you're trying to do here. I get that you don't want me to come out of something that I've been in for so long because we don't know what's going to happen next. But when I was there, it wasn't beneficial to me. I get where you're going with this, but you got to move around and we got to keep it moving. And that's how you got to talk to yourself.
Your talk. I like that. I like that.
Your bag.
That's literally like how I have to talk to myself. Like, when those feelings of like anxiety and all of that come up, and that little inner child start talking, I let her know, Monty girl, I'm so glad that you're still here with me and that you're trying to protect me, but you can just chill.
Right.
I'm protecting you now. I know the way you did all you could do. You did more than enough. You got me this far.
You served your purpose.
Just relax. Let me take the wheel now. I'm glad you're here. I do validate her feelings, but it's like you don't have to do that no more.
You the driver. I'm the driver. Sit in the seat.
Yeah.
You can fight for your bunkie so much better from the outside.
We don't think like that because I just want to be. I want to be near.
Yeah.
We choose like being near because we think when we leave we so far away, and it's like that's farther than the truth. Like,
yeah, because how can you help me get free if you're not free?
Right. But you know, some people they so sick and so twisted that, you know, I'm telling you they sick and twisted because you think you like I don't want you to do better. So you think you better than me because you made it out?
People do be thinking like that.
And it's like, you got the same choice.
Exactly.
And now I'm free and I want to be able to help you feel how I feel. But you don't want to feel how I feel. You want to be a victim forever. You want people to feel sorry for you forever. And you don't want to move past where you at. So me moving past where I'm at, automatically, I feel like I'm better than you. That's what you think. Because I'm making better moves than you. I'm not better than you. I don't feel like I'm better than you. But you can agree that I'm making better decisions than you. So you equate that to me feeling like I'm better than you. When we can be better together. Come on.
It just really boils down to
So choose your people right, man. Because I'm like, if you by yourself and God delivers you and you walking out that cell, don't look back. If he delivers you and you next to somebody that's in the cell, don't look back. If you want to help them from the outside. The cell is your mind. For anybody that's, a little bit slower picking up.
I ain't never been to jail.
Yeah. I ain't like to this prison podcast. All they talk about is jail and locked up. They need to listen to Akon. Hey, not Akon. I heard he bought half Africa.
Okay, we're going on a tangent.
Yeah, I was about to go crazy.
Let me get to know.
Man, I was about to be like, nah, let me chill.
Hey, that's crazy how you hear something wrong with it. I don't know how true that. I just heard somebody say that, and I was like, dang, bro.
Nah, I just was stuck on all that money. Like, get a new barber. Like, I don't understand how.
Okay.
I don't like how people feel like they so busy and they mind so stayed on the grind and on getting the money that they don't have time to get a 15-minute haircut.
Nah, but he got a haircut. But it was like, who did that to you? And why would you let them do that to you, bro? You Akon. Like, bro, do you see the hair implants and the wigs and all that they got out here for men? They be getting them together. Like, I be jealous. Like, how dare you go sit in the chair and get that beard glued on like that? And I put in all this work. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, it's different. To put glue on your face, and that's different. That's different. And for the first dude that felt like, hey, women do it too, something's wrong with you.
Like, that's real shame.
Like, like something wrong with you. Like, what happens? Like, it had to be a moment where that glue give out. Like, what?
I don't know.
That's why you keep getting reapplied.
You said what?
You just keep getting it reapplied.
Oh, you in support of this?
No, you said.
I mean, the way you.
He literally just said there's a moment when the glue give out. And they go get it reapplied.
No.
I didn't say like.
I mean, you go get it reapplied, but what I'm saying is, it's a moment.
I keep doing it?
No, not why I keep doing it. It's a moment where it's not giving out. You can go back to the spot. Like, it's a moment where you out somewhere.
Oh!
Like, that's what I'd be scared of. Like, I'm out at Kings Island with the kids, head beaming. You know how little kids, they like to play. They just snatch one off my head and accidentally grip the hair with it. So now I got the white ring around.
Your head might be bleeding.
Right. Wifey right here. She's seeing the whole thing.
You see how Sam in the future like that?
Hey,
I like this.
she don't even know. Like, you don't even know. She don't even know. The whole time she looking at you like, yeah, this our last evening out. Take me home.
Like, babe, you don't want a hat? They sell hats.
Hey, that's the worst kind of support right there. That public support. Like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Then when we get in the car, like, we done, right? I never want to see you again.
I never want to see you again.
Nah, I'm just playing. Everybody out there that got that on their head, hey, kudos.
They got that on their head.
Kudos to you, man. I feel like it's borrowed confidence, but do what you gotta do.
I'm cool on it, man. I put
people ain't confident. People ain't confident in what they got. So they trying to, front like they got something else. Mm-hmm. I equate that to that borrowed confidence because it ain't yours. If you ain't have it, people have it in cars, clothes, all that. So
the cars, the clothes.
Okay.
Oh, my fault.
Dang.
My bad.
That was a little banger too. But anyway.
My bad. I mean, Jesus.
Okay, look. Last question I want to ask, and this is for everybody. Anybody can just dive in, and that's this: what do you expect from season 2 of Matthew 7:7?
Personally, just for
personally, I wasn't gonna let that slip.
What I'm ready to give is just more transparency, and I feel like we was very transparent in the first season, but it's like this season when it comes to like personal situations, whatever test we may be going through, because it's not about us at all. Like what we go through is for God to get the glory, but it's also somebody else feeling that same thing.
Facts.
So they may need to hear what we have to say because we don't reach a different level in it, and it can help them out, stuff like that.
Okay. Dominic.
I love how we got it assigned order.
I mean, I guess it's just ladies first, and then it's just, this is how I go.
Because
yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm looking for from this season?
Oh, sorry.
What flavor is that?
Peach mango.
Boo. What I'm really looking for from this season.
Did he say? I thought he said ooh.
He said boo.
Nah, I said boo.
Dang.
Yeah, that flavor's trash.
So now you're saying that she can't be who she want to be,
right? Because I'm drinking peach mango and he don't like peach mango.
And you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed for liking that.
That's how on 10 the world is today. Anything you say, any opinion that doesn't go with them, so now I can't be my authentically me. Now you hate me. Like, no,
at this point it's like nobody gets an opinion then.
Yeah. That's what they wanted. They don't want you to have an opinion. You like what we tell you to like, and if you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. That same.
It's more of a controlled opinion.
Yeah.
Or only one side get to
the majority rules kind of opinion. This how the majority going. Hey, look, we like this. You a weirdo.
Two things, but go ahead.
But now you was talking about. I wasn't talking about nothing. You were saying how what you expect from this season of Matthew 7-7 Project Podcast.
I'm just looking forward to everything that we've been talking about vision wise, where we want to go with this. That's what I'm looking forward to. Y'all don't see it fully yet. Maybe not in this episode. I don't even know if it's coming out first. We'll see. But it's a lot of new stuff that's on the horizon. A lot of new stuff in the works. A lot of new opportunities coming up.
Facts.
And this is where we're going to start leaning onto the project part and maybe even less of the podcast part because we got work to do and we got to get out. Saying out here in these streets sounded so corny.
But that's where y'all at. We got to get out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Hey, that's where y'all.
It feels so corny in my head.
That's everybody in the streets. And
everybody in the streets.
Let me. I think from Matthew 7-7 this season 2, I'm expecting. I guess I can say the same thing you said, Dom. I'm just expecting to, see and do everything that we've been working up to this point to see and do. Working with D-Mac, helping us get our new face and everything. It's like
it's been a process.
I'm excited. So thank y'all for being here with us for this launch of season 2. We appreciate it.
For sure, because we do it for y'all.
It's very, very, very exciting to be a part of, and we are, excited to do more. So we out of here. We love y'all.
See y'all next time.
Peace.
I feel it.
I feel good. I ain't gonna.
It's like grandmama's dreams. So don't give up. Your time is coming.